Have you wanted to dip your feet into the world of guitar modelers, but been put off by how expensive that they can seem? Today we're looking at the Sonicake Matri Box II Pro and why this might just be the solution that you are looking for. Sonicake have recently dropped the Matri Box Pro 2, which adds features and functionality to the Matri Box 2, which was already great as is. In today's video, we're going to be looking at these new features and seeing if it's worth upgrading to the Pro. And a massive thanks to Sonicake for sending this one out to demo. Disclaimer, this is not a paid demo, but I do get to keep the unit at the end. With that out the way, let's go check the Matri Box II Pro out. The interface for the Pro is centered around the new 4.3-inch touchscreen. Where the Matri Box 2 relied on individual buttons for convenient editing, the Pro has the touchscreen which displays everything that you need. Where the touchscreen is great for broad editing sweeps, the three knobs underneath are great for fine adjustments on parameters. The hybrid approach of the touchscreen and knobs is great, and it's an approach that is used in modelling units that are much more expensive too. There are a few little touches on the Pro that Sonicake have added that make it really thought through. The two bank foot switches are actually taller than the rest of the foot switches. It's like where you've got a pedal board with a raised tier at the back, so you can access all of the effects easily. The treadle as well is bigger and sturdier feeling. It appears to have the same kind of grip as the flip fold, which grips harder than a Formula 1 car. One final little touch is something that they missed off the Matri Box and the Matri Box 2 in previous iterations, and that is of course a power switch. So that might seem like something that isn't really that special, but it definitely feels a lot more civilized to switch it off than it does to yank out the power cable. Stereo outputs make a return on the Pro, as well as USB-C and MIDI over 3.5mm jack. You can also add external foot switches or an expression pedal like on the Matri Box 2. The Pro sees the introduction of stereo XLR outs, which allows you to go balanced into a desk. Yet again, this feature is living up to the Pro name. Add to the fact that you have got 4 individual foot switches as well as dedicated bank up and down foot switches. It makes this incredibly easy to use. For example, you could load in an amp and cab sound that you like and then have 4 switchable individual effects on top of that. On top of those 4 switches, you also get access to a wah pedal with a secret 5th switch. What's more is that it's got a dedicated foot switch press for the tuner, which means that you're not having to waste one of your 4 switches for tuning capabilities. I'm about to tell you the big reason why I think it might be worth upgrading to the Pro. But before I do that, I'm going to share a few nitpicks that I have with the unit, in the name of balance. The unit, like its predecessors, are naturally quite bright sounding units. I found that I got better overall results by going into the global EQ and shelving off some top end and bumping up the mid range a bit. With certain brighter amp models, you might want to go into the cab section and shelf off some of that high end even further. This helps tame some of that natural high end sparkle that this unit's got. The amp models in this unit, as well as previous Matri Box units, are really quite good and they're very touch responsive. However, my experience when using my guitar of choice is that with single coils, once you push up the gain a little bit, it also introduces a background static hum. Now, it's only a quiet background hum, but if you did want to tame it, the second noise gate in this is phenomenal and does a really good job of cutting out all of that background hum. Noise gate number 2 is really organic sounding and doesn't get that choppy coming in and out kind of tone that you get with some noise gates. Realistically, out of the box, the tones that you're getting out of this aren't up to the standard of something like the Helix. Let's put it into perspective though. This unit is retailing for £300, where the smallest Helix unit, the HX Stomp, is retailing currently for £549. The reason that I think the Pro earns its title is a really simple one. The earlier versions of the Matri Box had quite a rigid effects chain, where you had a block for cabs, you had a block for amps, you had a couple of blocks for effects, and so on. There were 2 or 3 effects blocks that could be a number of different things, but overall it was quite limited. With the Matri Box II Pro, you can add whichever blocks wherever you like. And it's this feature that could lead to loads of innovative ways to explore this unit. This video serves as kind of my first impressions, and I would love to dive deeper into the Matri Box II Pro. I was thinking of doing a follow-up video where I'll show you how I would make a patch using the Matri Box II Pro. If that kind of video would be of interest to you, let me know down in those comments below, and let me know what kind of things you'd like me to feature in future videos on this. If you really dig the tones that I got today, but you're on a much tighter budget, the original Matri Box is your solution, and there'll be a video on screen of my demo of that now. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, drop a like on this video, and I will see you again on the next one.